What's going on, lads and lasses? Ross Wilson looks like he's on his way to Newcastle United. The Nottingham Forest sporting director looks like he is about to become Newcastle United's new sporting director after the departure of Paul Mitchell earlier in the month. Of course, a few months back now, but Ross Wilson has been on Newcastle's radar for a while now. The Nottingham Forest sporting director, of course, has been linked with the move to Newcastle for quite a while, and it looks like we are finally getting closer. This coming, of course, from Alex Crook of Talk Sport, who, of course, had an exclusive and talked about this, of course, on Talk Sport, of course, today, saying Newcastle United are close to appointing new sporting director of football to replace Paul Mitchell. Ross Wilson has agreed to become Newcastle's new sporting director. Talk Sport, of course, understands, according to what Alex Crook has said. Newcastle are in advanced talks with Wilson's current club, Nottingham Forest. Newcastle have been keeping tabs on Wilson since he was in charge of transfers during his days at Rangers. He will join the new CEO, David Hopkinson, as the two finalise their backroom changes. So it looks like we are finally getting close to getting our man Ross Wilson as the new sporting director, of course, and that for me is really, really good. Looking at what he's done at Forest, what kind of players he's brought in there during his, work there as the sporting director at the City Ground. He's brought in some really good ones. The likes of Murillo, Gibbs White, there's been some really good players brought in. Elliot Anderson, of course, he was responsible for, targeting that move. Chris Wood as well. Loads and loads of different players. Some really, really good players. Anthony Alanga as well. So for me, that is a really good appointment. We've just got to wait for the official announcement from the club on it, obviously, which will take probably a little while. But as of this morning, TalkSport are saying that it is pretty much agreed he will become Newcastle's next sporting director, Newcastle United's next sporting director, which is great for us. Really good sporting director in Ross Wilson, and of course he did some really good stuff during his time at Rangers as well. I think he was actually the sporting director at Rangers when Steven Gerrard was there, and he went undefeated in the SPFL. So that is going to be interesting to see what he can do as the sporting director and what kind of players he'll be targeting for us when he eventually does come into the club. But anyway, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below on that one. And of course, we did see a little bit of a worrying piece come out say that Dan Burn had broken bone. However, it's not as bad as first feared. It looks like it's just a hand that he's broken. He can actually play on with it. He was willing to play on. Of course, in the game last night, England versus Wales, he was willing to play in that game, but Tuchel decided not to put him in it, and instead he is going to play him in the game against Latvia instead, coming up. But he can play with it's just a broken hand. He's got it in a cast, as you will see by the picture up on screen, of course. But let us know your thoughts about everything said in this video today. Of course, not much football news to talk about on the club side of things with the international break on, and of course find it a little bit difficult to find stuff to talk about as well with the international break being on. And I was going to cover the England game. I thought they played really well last night, to be honest. I think we should have won by a lot more than what we did against Wales, but a really good game all the same. Enjoyed watching that last night, of course, and hopefully we'll have another good one in the game coming up as well. And right now, as we speak, Brazil are playing as well, so that is another one that I'll be keeping a close eye on, with Bruno and, of course, Big Joe involved in this international break for Brazil. But till next time, hit that like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. However, lads.